'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate. But of course, we'll take a look at what happened yesterday. Overall, yesterday was a great day. Of course, I don't have it listed here. The full. I'm slacking today. Hold on. Sorry. Yesterday, I switched papers. 4 1-1, up 3.22 units. If you bet a unit on everything on the show yesterday. So overall, it was a great day. Of course, one of the player props, Ryan Strome did not play. So there was one push in there, but overall, a good day. Before we get into the chat, we'll jump into and just take a quick look at what happened yesterday. So Buffalo Sabres money line plus 101. The Sabres got the win there. A lot of people were on Philadelphia. And for me, the Flyers they had a hot start, but they're kind of going down to where I kind of thought they would be. They're still a rebuilding team. And the Sabres, who had a really slow start, are starting to heat up. So that was kind of my thoughts there. Dallas Stars money line minus 130. Another winner here. The Stars just continue to play great hockey. They just continue to play the same way, and they're not necessarily lighting up the score sheet, but they are piling up the wins, and that's what really matters. The Flames, a total mess. They're a total mess, and big changes need to happen with the Flames. I did like Colorado to win. I just didn't really like the puck line or anything there, but Colorado got the win against the St. Louis Blues, ended their no-goal streak. They finally scored some goals. And the final game yesterday, Ducks money line plus 121. I woke up to find out that cashed. The Ducks won in overtime. And again, I was on the other side of a lot of people. A lot of people were on the Arizona Coyotes. And probably a big reason for that was Anaheim coming home after a long road trip. And while I did factor that into my capping, the Ducks are a hot team. So I kind of overlooked the fact that they were coming home off that long road trip. And we have the same situation today where a team is coming off a long road trip, a very hot team. And of course, we'll break that game down here in a bit. So Ducks money line cashed plus 121. Ryan Strome did not play, so that was voided. Frank Vetrano did not get a point, unfortunately, so did not score there. Mason McTavish did get a point on the final goal. So overall, another winning day, up over 10 units on the show the last 3 days. If you put if you've been betting a unit on everything, and then half a unit on the draw, because I always do half units on draws. Take a look at the comments here. Thank you, Ducks. Yes, thank you, Ducks. That was great to get the 3-0 sweep on my premium play on the site in NHL. Terry, I smash a like. Thank you, Richie. And Richie, you must be in a really good mood this morning. Dallas Stars obviously won. Your Texas Rangers won the World Series. I cashed on that. And your Dallas Mavericks cashed and covered the spread. I cashed on that as well. I went 2-1 on my other non-hockey plays on the site. So a 5-1 day and premium plays for me. And Richie, you must be feeling pretty darn good right now because all three of your teams really came through yesterday. Mr. Edelman. Hello, Mr. Nick. Congrats, Sir Terry. Hello, Mr. Ice. I was sad to see that we were against each other on everything yesterday. It made me sad. Went and took it. Yes, you did. Great job, Rangers. I'm really happy to see it. Fade Ice. You can get back, Ice. Don't worry. Let's go, Stars. Yes. we'll talk about the Stars Sabres victory. I said I love watching Troy Terry, and he goes and gets a hat trick. Yeah, you did. You pretty much called that. You saw a big night for him. It was always the Ducks. Yes, it was. F the Ducks. Sorry, Ice. LOL. Yeah, Vetrano was a letdown. Hey, you can't cash them all, unfortunately. Can't cash them all. Yes, Terry. Yes, Richie. Congrats. Cash the over 6.5 in the Ducks game. Yeah, yeah, it was you got there. Good riddance baseball hockey season. Yes, Nicholas Earl is not as happy as everyone else that the Texas Rangers won the World Series. He's not too happy about that, but it is what it is. We'll move on and we'll start with the first game of the night for today, which is the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Tampa Bay -150 to -162. Columbus +135 to +140. 6.5s right across the board. Let me update. Okay, yeah, still -120 everywhere. -125 as well. In this game, looking at starting goalies for today, Matt Tompkins. Tompkins is confirmed for Tampa Bay. Of course, he only started in one game. He's got a 4.07 goals against average, 892 save percentage, but only started one game. I'm not sure if he played any relief or not, but I know he started that one game. Elvis Merzlikins 2-2-2 with a 3.13 goals against average, 898 save percentage. Columbus on a 3-game losing streak here in this one. And Tampa Bay enjoys facing Columbus. They're 8-1 in the last 9 meetings. 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone over 6.5. And that's where I lean. I've been looking at this over, and I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. I've not pulled the trigger yet, but it is an extremely big lean for me. I'm just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So I've got quite a few plays today. So right now this is a lean, but I'm just waiting for a sign to pull the trigger, and then I'll probably end up pulling the trigger in this one. Tampa's gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 9. Columbus 4 of their last 9. But if there's any spot for Columbus to get going when it comes to goals, it should be this spot here. Richie's laughing at Nick's good riddance baseball hockey season comment. Robert likes Tampa money line in the over 6.5. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at the over 6.5 and Tampa Bay money line. 8-1 in the last 9 meetings, so they've had a lot of success against Columbus. New here, let's cash. Thank you, Fernando. I've seen you in the Earl Sports Bets chat. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Shit, Tompkins. I hate my under 6.5 now. Yeah, Tompkins is in. He's playing. Good for the Rangers. Happy for them, but Cowboys will make me throw up just hearing the name Dak Prescott. Yeah, Wendell Fishing is not a fan of Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take anything, aka Bolts -1.5. LOL. Pass for Richie. I'm kind of there right now with Tompkins, kind of like Columbus. 8-1. How many of those games were with Vasi? That is a very good question. Normally, I would say a lot of them, but I'm sure if there was ever a team that Tampa did give Vasilevsky a rest, I'm sure Columbus would be one of the ones that they would look at, but I'm not sure. +100 for Point to get an assist. I like it. I like it. I didn't get to any props here. As I said, I have a pretty big card today, so kind of playing it light. Blue Jackets just a lean. Yeah, with Tompkins in net, I could see it. I could really see a 3-3 draw. I could see it going overtime 3-3. That could be a possibility. Going into the second game here between the New York Islanders and the Washington Capitals. Islanders -114 to -120, or -125. Washington -102 to +105. 6s right across the board here in this game. Looking at goaltenders, for this one. Semyon Varlamov is confirmed. Nobody is yet confirmed for Washington. Most likely Darcy Kemper. And Varlamov has been really good, really good. 1-1 so far on the year with a 1.5 goals against average, 961 save percentage, and one shutout. And he's been pretty good against the Capitals in his past 262 goals against average, 918 save percentage. However, 7-11 and 3 record. So of course, he's been good, but the Islanders have not helped him out. And when I look at this game, it's a pass for me. Washington on a 3-game winning streak, now 4-3-1 in the year, so they actually have a winning record. When it looked like they were heading towards complete disaster to start the year. This Islanders team, I really do lean with the Islanders here, but Washington has played the Islanders well. And I don't know. I don't trust Varlamov. I don't trust him. Um, so this game is one of the few passes that are pretty easy for me just to pass because there are much better games on the slate. I'm pretty sure Elliott started one against Columbus last season. Yeah. Rest or leans, Capitals money line. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Over 5.5. This isn't the same Isles team as last year. I don't know what happened defensively. Lean Caps as well as a dog. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. But maybe Varlamov plays really well again. That's the only thing that might scare me off the over. And Capitals don't really have the best offense. So that's just why this game was a complete pass for me. But we'll move on to the next one, which is definitely not a pass. Ottawa Senators are hosting LA Kings. LA -109 to -110. Ottawa -101 to -110. 6.5, but mostly sevens available here in this one. We have two likelies now. There was no confirmed, but it does look like it's going to be previous Ottawa goaltender Cam Talbot against previous LA goaltender Jonas Korpisalo. So double revenge factor when it comes to both goaltenders in this game, which is pretty interesting. For me, looking here, this one, LA 5-2-2 on the season, 4-0-0 on the road. The Kings 3-0-1 in their last 4 games. So they are definitely heating up. And a lot of people were really high in this Kings team. And I'm starting to think maybe I was a little bit too low on this Kings team coming into the year. Ottawa 4-4-0 on the season. The Senators team is not having a very good time off the ice. Of course, they're losing their first round draft pick. Their owner is getting into it on social media, with to the media at least. So there's drama going on with Ottawa right now. The Kings are playing great hockey, and I just don't think this game is being priced correctly. I think the Kings should be -140 to -150 in this spot. Give me the Kings money line -102, and give me Kevin Fiala over half an assist, +100. Fiala has an assist in 8 straight games and 8 of the 9 games that LA has played this year. That should not be plus money, especially when the total's a 7, and we're getting Fiala assists at +100. That's not priced correctly either. So this game is just not priced correctly, in my opinion. Fernando likes the over. I'm not sure if you're talking about the over in this one or the over in the last game. This one's a 7.5. So Sens money line. All right, Ice. All right. Interesting note. This is Varley's third start. All 3 on the road. Sorokin have all been at home. Interesting. Kings money line. I won't say that word. Flex. All right, we'll see. He's been good. Robert likes Sens money line. I don't. With all the off ice drama going on, the way the Kings are playing, I don't know. Here we go. LOL. Yeah, here we go. Kings money line. Is this Fernando? I like it. I have Kings projected at -135, -140. Yes. Yes. For once, me and Nick agree. I think that is uh, priced correctly. That's how the game should be priced. Fiala, yes, not being a goal scorer this year, but he is passing to other people that can score. So that's good. Something telling me this ends. Yeah, they're at home. I could see it, but I have to go with LA at this price. I have to. Sends forwards can score. Yeah, but this Kings offense is dangerous. This Kings offense is dangerous. Wait a second, Terry backing Kings and Talbot. Hey, it's about money, Ice. It's about money, and I've been doing really well lately, and so I'm not going to let personal feelings affect my betting. So that's how it goes. Over. Yeah, at the 7 is kind of risky, but really this game does have like a 5-5, 6-7-5 type. Like this has a high scoring feel, so I don't blame you for looking at the over in this one. Moving on along to our next game, and this is the one that I kind of briefly talked or mentioned that was coming here today. Carolina -105, -110 to +100. Rangers -110 to -115. 5.5s right across the board here in this one. And like the Anaheim Ducks yesterday, the Rangers are coming off a long road trip, and they are at home here to face the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina has won 3 games in a row, beating Seattle in overtime and then beating San Jose and Philadelphia. So not exactly the strongest of opponents, but 3 wins nonetheless. The Rangers 7-2-0 in the season. They've won 5 games in a row. They are coming home off that long road trip, but I don't care. I do not care. Give me the Rangers money line -109. The Rangers have loved to play the Carolina Hurricanes in recent years. 7-2 in the last 9 meetings between the teams. I cashed on the Rangers a lot last year against Carolina. For some reason, this Rangers team likes to play Carolina. And the reason why I'm not sold on this being a letdown spot after the road trip as well is because they are facing a divisional opponent. If the Rangers were facing Montreal, then I could see them taking the night off here after their long road trip. But they're coming off the road trip. They're facing a divisional opponent they've had a lot of success against. Give me the Rangers money line -109 in this game. Canes money line. I'm against you. I'm against you. Rangers money line. Rangers -1.5. All right, Ice. I like it. I like it. Over 5.5. This game should be a 6. Slight lean towards Carolina, but the over is the better look. All right. Canes have better depth. They will win if they don't take penalties. Yeah, if they take penalties, they'll be in trouble. That's for sure against this Rangers team. I would say draw when they meet up next time. Okay, interesting. Lean Canes. Okay. Natris is on the 4th line. He will feast. That's interesting that he's on the 4th line. That is interesting. Looking at goalies here for this one, Frederick Anderson likely for Carolina, Igor Shesterkin likely for the Rangers. Anderson 4-0-0 in the season, but a 3.05 goals against average, 888 save percentage. If he plays like that against the Rangers tonight, it's going to be a long night for Carolina here in this one. But we'll jump into the next game here, where we also have one team that dominates their opponent. Florida Panthers and the Detroit Red Wings. Florida -115 to -120. Detroit -102 to +106. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. Looking at goaltenders here, it'll be Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida against James Reimer for Detroit. Reimer 1.68 goals against average, 939 save percentage, 2-1 in the year. Bobrovsky 287 goals against average, 903 save percentage, 3-1 record. And he's played decent enough to obviously have a 3-3-1 record, and the Panthers have not taken the big step back that myself and a lot of other people kind of thought they would this year. Florida, 18-2 in the last 20 meetings between these two teams. Florida has absolutely dominated Detroit game after game after game for the last, like I said, 18 out of 20 games. I lean Florida money line minus 117. I really do. Not pulling the trigger as of yet. This Detroit Red Wings team is just better this year than they have been in a long time. So looking at this one, lean Panthers money line, but I'm not pulling the trigger as of yet here. There are so many good players. That's why. Yes, Robert. I know you're a Wild fan, but you also like the Hurricanes. I know. I know. Red Wings money line. Potentially. Pass. No value on either side. Have this game priced at Florida minus 115 and 6.5. All right. Panthers money line. I can see it. They've absolutely dominated Detroit. So we'll see if that domination continues tonight in this game. Heading into our next one, this is a very interesting game. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs heading to Boston to face the Bruins. Toronto minus 110 to minus 110. Boston plus 100 to minus 110. Sixes pretty much right across the board here in this one. Toronto 5-3-1 on the season, coming off back-to-back losses. One of them that I was on the Leafs against the LA Kings. Boston 8-0-1 on the season, 4-0-1 at home this year, and you have to admit when you were wrong. Boston has not taken any step back without Bergeron and without Krejci. This team is as dominant as they were last year, if not a little bit more. Yes, they have had a pretty good schedule so far, but they take care of business. Both of their goaltenders are elite. They're getting top of the league goaltending from both of their goaltenders, and I have to take Boston plus money. I got them for plus 100. I just think that's just priced incorrect. Boston at home plus money. I get it, the Leafs, but this Leafs team takes nights off, and I'm not going to try to think, oh, okay, they're playing their divisional opponent. Maybe they're going to show up tonight. I'm not dealing with shoulds. I know what the Bruins are going to give me because I've seen it night after night. So whether or not Toronto shows up to this game or not, I like the Bruins to take care of business in this one and just win the game at plus money. Matthew Poitras, over half a point is plus 105. He is on the top line with Pastrnak and Marchand. So a great spot for him. And just recently finding out that he is sticking with the Boston Bruins for the year. He is not going back down to the minor league. He's sticking with the big club. So, and on the top line. So give me Poitras to get a point. I do have this gut feeling he's going to score a goal, which is obviously a lot bigger of a plus price. But just to get a point at plus 105, I have to take that here in this one and take the Boston Bruins in this game. Leafs money line. Leafs minus 1.5. I don't see it. Grab some Boston minus 104. I understand they have injuries, but Samsonov is starting. Yeah, even if Joseph Wall was in net, Boston has a huge goaltending advantage over anybody they face. And that's a great thing with Boston. It doesn't matter. I don't even have to. Well, I should obviously check who's in net, but for the Bruins, it matters not to me. Ilya Samsonov is likely for Toronto. Nobody's been confirmed for Boston. Swayman is listed there, 4-0-0 with a 1.26 goals against average and a 957 save percentage. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Leafs looked weak last game, no depth. Yeah, I just don't like how this team does just doesn't come to play some nights. And I don't know. Obviously, this is a huge divisional opponent, so we should see some fight with the Leafs. But I don't think it'll be enough. Bruins money line, yes, that's what I like. Pasternak anytime goal parlayed with someone else. You could do that. You could do that. And if Pasternak gets a goal, that means Poitras is probably getting a point. So I like it. We'll move on along to our next game here, which is between the New Jersey Devils and the Minnesota Wild. New Jersey minus 106 to minus 120. Minnesota minus 102 to plus 105. 6.5s. And I do see a 7 there at Bet365 in this one. And the Wild are not playing well. That's just how it is. The Wild started the season last year pretty much identically to how they're starting the season this year. A Ryan Reeves trade is what lifted the Wild out of their funk last year. No such trade has been made so far. Um, there's been no Wild trades lately, so nothing to report there. Matt Boldy will be making his return to the lineup, which is definitely a big addition for the Wild offensively. But for me here in this one, Minnesota's gone over in 7 of their 9 games this year. New Jersey has gone over in every single game they've played in. I'm taking the over. I'm not going to overthink it here. This New Jersey Devils power play is the best power play I've seen, maybe ever. I think it's better than Edmonton's power play last year. I think this New Jersey Devils power play is just the best that I've ever seen. Minnesota penalty kill has been one of their best for years. It's been one of their things that we can count on, but it hasn't this year. Jared Spurgeon not making his return to the lineup yet. If Minnesota takes penalties, and not to throw shade at the referees, but it's rare that you see Minnesota have a game with no penalties. The referees, of course, but if Minnesota takes any penalties, the New Jersey Devils are going to score goals, and this game is just over for me. With Matt Boldy making his return, I would look at Matt Boldy props. I have not looked at anything or pulled the trigger yet. And I would look at New Jersey power play props, depending on how they're priced. Probably not very well. Probably not really plus money for that. But I would look at New Jersey Devils props, Jack Hughes, stuff like that in this one. Wild are better at home. Yes, and that's why I think I'm on the over, but I do think the Wild could win this game. I do. But I'm definitely not betting it. I'm going to stick with the over until we can see the Wild turn it around. Passing for now. Yeah, passing. Nothing wrong with that. Devils team total over 3.5. Full game over 6.5. Devils overs until further notice. Not to mention Wild 7-2 to the over as well. Yes. Devils are the Eastern Conference Oilers. Maybe, but the Devils have depth up and down the lineup. The Oilers have 2 players, basically. Here we go. Ref talk again. Well, yeah. Try watching Minnesota Wild games, Nick. Try. Just do it. And then tell me the refs are not impartial. Kaprizov over 1.5 points, plus 167. I really hope he gets going. And how can I say this? Kind of hope he doesn't get going. I hope I get the over, but with Kaprizov, Dean Evison needs to split up Kaprizov and Zuccarello because all they do is pass to each other. Neither of them ever shoot the puck, and that's a huge issue. So if Kaprizov doesn't necessarily play well, maybe Evison finally makes the change. So that's the only reason I'd say I hope Kaprizov doesn't really play that well, because change needs to happen. Jack Hughes' goal is plus 110. Yeah, I would look at that. Whoa, Terry, that's not nice for Nick to do. What? Talking about that? Yeah. Well, Nick's never nice, Isaac, so I'm used to it. But We'll move on to the next game, even though Bet Stamp is having an error. All right. So I cannot show the odds for the next game, which is kind of interesting because now I will have nothing to block what my play is. So there we go, live show. That's what happens. But we'll move on along to the next game, and I'm on the Dallas Stars, plus 125 here in this one. Basically, for me, this Stars team is a team to back. 6-1-1 on the season now, 3-0-1 on the road. I get it. It will most likely be Wedgwood in net unless the Stars decide to do um, a back-to-back with Oettinger. In the last game, Phil Gustafson in net for Minnesota, Vitek Vanacek in net for New Jersey. But back to this one. Stuart Skinner is likely for Edmonton. He's been just as bad as Campbell. And for me, how I look at it in this game, yes, the Oilers coming off a win in their last game, the outdoor game against the Flames, but beating the Flames is nothing to jump up and down about because most teams are beating the Flames, and that's a divisional opponent. So they got that big win. McDavid returned. They got that big win against their divisional opponent, and now they have this Dallas Stars team who is red hot, 6-1-1 on the season. I'll take Dallas at this price, even with Wedgwood, who will most likely be in net. The Stars just can play defense, and Edmonton just has no idea what defense is. I think goaltending is pretty even. Offense probably goes to Edmonton, of course, but really this year, maybe not. Maybe not, because we haven't seen Edmonton play that well offensively overall, and the Stars team just can out defense the Oilers, in my opinion, here. So give me the Stars at plus money in this one. Dun, 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 dun. I'm supposed to be nice? Well, kind of. Terry with the truth bombs. Hey, got to. Never Nick. LOL. Oilers team total over 3.5, full game over 6.5. Lean Oilers, but trust them to score more than 4. You trust the Oilers? All right. All right. Ultimate pass. Okay. Let's go Stars. Yes, Richie. Let's do it. Let's go Stars. Fading McDavid is scary. Yes, but even when McDavid was in the lineup before his injury, the Oilers weren't really winning games. So no draw. Yeah, I know. You definitely don't want any draws. I get that. Over 6. Like it's yeah. Is it actually a 6? Um, I would look, but as I said, Betstamp is having issues. Let's see if they fixed it. Nope, nothing is fixed. So I can't even look at the odds. But if that's a 6, that's crazy. It should not be a 6. Both teams to score first period. I like that. I like that. Stars should win. Oilers are off right now. Yeah, the only bad thing for the Stars obviously is playing last night. Of course, it was in Calgary, so it's not a long road trip or anything. Or it's not like a long travel spot for them. Screams draw for sure, Richie, which is why it's the ultimate pass. Yeah, Ice doesn't like draws. I know, Ice. Are you sure you know, Richie? And I know all too well. There you go. There you go. And I would bring up the odds for the next game, but I cannot. But it's okay. National Predators, Seattle Kraken. I will just open up one of my books. I will choose Bet365 to get my odds from. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so on Bet365, it's 6.5 for the Stars Oilers in the last game there. But here for this one, Seattle minus 120, Nashville plus 100, 5.5 is the total here in this game. UC Soros, Philip Grubauer, nobody's confirmed in net. And it's no big surprise here what my play is. I am passing. This is the second game of the slate that I'm passing on. I just don't really have too much thoughts here on this one. I think this is just a game to pass on. I'll jump in the chat. Ironic timing, Dave. Ironic timing. Preds money line. LOL. And yeah, I can't see Dave's comments, so I cannot see Dave's comments and I won't comment on that. But it is what it is. But that's kind of interesting. I think I should be able to see it, but it is what it is. We'll move on to the next game, which is the Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights here in this one. Winnipeg Jets plus 125, Vegas Golden Knights minus 145, total of 6. And Vegas is off to, I don't want to say a perfect start, but 9-0-1 on the year. So they have one overtime loss. Otherwise, they have 9 wins. They've had a lot of success against Winnipeg in recent seasons. But minus 140 is just out of my price range. My cutoff is minus 135. I don't like to go past that. So no play when it comes to the side or total for me in this one. But I will take William Karlsson to get a point. He has a point in 7 straight games. He leads the Vegas Golden Knights in points and is a decent minus 115 price. So I will definitely take him there. Dun, 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 dun. Preds money line. Preds money line. Okay. Laughing face. Pass. Over. Vegas Golden Knights money line. Maybe money line. Yes, money line. Yeah, just a little bit too pricey for me. Pray the Jets win. Yeah, I know, Richie, you wanted to catch up to the Vegas Golden Knights, probably in the standings. Eichel Marchessault 1 point, Vegas money line. That was a go-to for me last year. Marchessault not really off to the best start this year, really. But Karlsson has for the Vegas Golden Knights, so I will go with Karlsson here. We will go on to the next game. We have 2 more games left here. Montreal Canadiens and the Arizona Coyotes here in this game. Again, no bet stamp odds for me to block my pick out. So my pick for this game is the draw, plus 350. It is a half unit play. I put half units on my draws, so I figured I should type that on there to be official. And Montreal, 3 straight overtimes for them. Arizona Coyotes, they are coming off the overtime last night, so it doesn't really excite me to go back to the draw again because will they really go to overtime in 2 straight nights? I lean Montreal, but this game just has draw written on all over it. So I'll take a half unit here and put it on the draw at the plus 350, a nice price in this one. Isaac says pass. No worries. Canadians money line. I lean that way. Habs. Yeah, I lean that way. I think Montreal or Arizona having a play last night, and Montreal. I think it's been a couple days for them, so yeah, I would lean with Montreal, but just going to take the draw here in this one. Going to our final game of the night is one of my favorite games of the night. We've got the Vancouver Canucks and the San Jose Sharks in this one. I'll start with Filip Hronek. Got a point for me last game, was plus 108. Now I'm seeing him for plus 104. With the Canucks not a huge favorite, minus 200, I believe, here on the road, minus 235 favorite on the road here in San Jose. So I'll continue to ride with Filip Hronek. Plus money just to get a point. I don't think that's priced correctly. And the Canucks puck line is definitely not priced correctly. Let me bring up my stats here. Vancouver 6-2-1 on the season, coming off a 5-2 win game. 5-2 win their last game out. 4 of Vancouver's 6 wins have been by multiple goals. So they have been winning games by margin. San Jose 0-8-1 start to the year. All 8 of their regulation losses have been by multiple goals. San Jose has scored um, more than one goal one time in their 9 games. They've scored more than one. And that was a 6-3 loss to Carolina when Carolina was giving up goals to everybody. That's the only game that San Jose was able to score more than one goal. Everything I just said, that's enough for me to take Vancouver Canucks on the puck line. But there's even more. Vancouver, 11-1 in the last 12 meetings between these two teams. And that was when we had a better San Jose team than we do this year. 11-1. 8 of the 11 wins were by multiple goals. And Vancouver scored more than 4 goals in every single win. So complete and pure domination by the Canucks over the Sharks. The Sharks team is awful. Vancouver puck line should be minus 130 in this game. It should not be plus 115. Give me the Canucks puck line. Give me Roenick Ho for half a point for the final game of the night. Sharks money line. Ice X. Come on now. Come on. I don't know why we always disagree, but it is what it is. Canucks minus 1.5. Stars money line. Bruins money line is plus 800. I like it. I like it. Rick is not joking around with the Canucks. Yeah, apparently not. What a great start they've gone on to. Need a bet for the Sharks. Need a bet. Do the Sharks win a game this whole season? Yeah, that would be an interesting one. They will eventually, but we're getting to the point now where we might be able. Well, we're not at that point yet, but the worst season in NHL history was the Washington Capitals in their first year of existence when they got 8 wins. Will the Sharks get more than 8 wins? They're at 0 so far, 10 games in, and I don't know. I don't know. The Sharks team could possibly break history, and not the kind of history you want to break, that's for sure. Would it be the first time in history that 100% of bettors will be on the Canucks? There will be Sharks fans that will take the Sharks, I'm sure. And then there's IceX who takes the opposite of what most people are on. But hey, do what you got to do. It's all good. That is today's show. Lots of plays today. As I said, on a great run right now when it comes to premium plays. If you're buying my premium plays on the site today, it's just to support me because I have already given all my NHL plays out. Don't have anything for NBA today. I like the under in the football game, but it's such a low total. So I did give it out as a free pick on picks and parlays, but it's not going to make my premium play card. So it's just my NHL plays, which I've given out on the show. So if you are buying that, it's just to support me. I appreciate it if you do. But hit the like and subscribe button. Let's keep on rolling. Over 10 up over 10 units on the last 3 days in the show. So hoping to keep it going here. And we'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Only 2 games on the slate tomorrow. But we'll be back to break them down. Thanks everyone for watching. And we'll jump to the comments here. That's going to be close. The 8 wins. Yeah, it is. It might be. So far, I've been horrible. My style from last season is not transited. We'll see, Icex. We'll see. Great show, Terry. Thank you, Richie. What's my favorite play tonight? It's probably that Canucks. It's probably the Canucks. I really like that play to finish off the night. So if I had to pick a best bet, which I used to do best bet segment last year, if I had to pick a best bet, it would be the Canucks puck line for me. But best of luck, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. And have a good one, guys.